Hello and welcome to episode 203 of Controller Club, the friendly face gaming space, a podcast where three friends from three continents share in one love, and that is video games. On today's show, more GTA 6 info may be on the horizon. The Legend of Zelda movie has moved up its release date, and we're going to get excited about the rest of the year in gaming. But before all that, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Kleinfeld, and alongside me today are two of my best friends in the whole wide gaming world. First, coming to us from across the pond, it is the digital art daredevil himself, Tom Drew. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just looking ahead to the rest of this year, and there are a lot of games coming out this year. We're really ramping up, especially like this month. We've already got like Lego Batman, we got Bond, we've got a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of like it's gonna be exciting to talk about like how packed this year is gonna be. It's gonna be cool.
Going to be a lot of fun. Next up, journalist extraordinaire, the Australian abroad / the Canadian in training, aspiring filmmaker this week, Lauren Rouse. Lauren, how are you doing? You're in the middle of prep for what's called a run and gun. You're shooting, writing, editing a movie in 48 hours. Sounds insane.
Yes, it's the most hectic weekend of the filmmaking Canada in Vancouver. But that is exactly what I'm preparing for, a 48-hour turnaround for a film that we don't know what it's going to be about this time. Tomorrow, I still won't know what it'll be about. But this weekend, it's coming to life. So, yes, I'm slightly terrified.
Well, don't forget about the podcast when you win an Oscar, okay?
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Maybe Control Club wants to sponsor our run and gun? I don't know.
I mean, this has to make money for us to spend money, so, you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's get into the podcast, though, with the news we choose. Tom, Drew, let's hop on into it.
It's the news we choose, yeah.
Lauren, we'll go to you first with a little tidbit about GTA 6.
Yes, even small news about GTA 6 these days is giant news because we are so starved for literally anything. But this week's rumor mill is a pre-order leak, supposedly, for Grand Theft Auto 6. This comes from Wesley LeBlanc at Game Informer. Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to launch on November 19 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. It's been over a year since the last trailer, and fans are clamoring for new information every day. While there's no news of a trailer on the horizon, pre-orders might be going live as soon as next week, at least according to leaked affiliate information from the retailer Best Buy. So over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, very reliable, there's a popular post gathering various posts from Best Buy affiliates who claim to have received an email that reveals pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6 might go live next week. Specifically, the Best Buy emails these creators have received show a 5% earnings, or maybe discount, the email's not clear, rate for a campaign called GTA 6 Pre-Order Physical Game with a duration of May 18, 2026 to May 21, 2026, meaning pre-orders could go live as soon as Monday. While it's best to remain cautious, especially with anything pertaining to Rockstar Games, more and more creators are discovering this affiliate email in their inboxes. Even popular video game deal accounts like Cheap Ass Gamer over on X have received the Best Buy affiliate account email, further proving that the emails with the details are real and not fabrication. Do we think that this leak is, number one, legit? And does this mean that we could be ordering GTA 6 like as early as next week? The three of us could have pre-ordered it by the next time we do this podcast. What do you guys think?
The thing that is most interesting to me is that means if this is true, we could be finding out what the price of GTA 6 will be.
There
will
it is.
Be $100 plus? Yeah, I think honestly, I don't know if it's just the vibe I'm getting, but this is passing the sniff test for me. I think this is potentially likely. It has been a little bit since we've seen like too much like information about GTA 6. We're coming up to it like it's only a couple months away at this point, so it would make sense. This seems like a good time to get that pre-order window in there, I suppose. And yeah, it's going to be. I don't know. I want to know the price so badly. Like, if I want this to be true, I just want to see that number.
I think we buried the lead a little bit. I think that is the big, if pre-orders go live next week, we will get an answer to that question. And that is exciting for us who do stuff like this and follow the industry. Could be very disappointing for a lot of people if they see that $100 price tag. What I hope happens, and this is not going to be the case, when has a corporation ever gone, ha ha ha, I don't need more money? What if Rockstar next week comes out and they're like, it's $60, not $70 like every other game right now. It is $60. We're going back to it. We are resetting the industry. Let's do it. Take it back to PS4 generation.
I think that's a little bit of wishful thinking, but anything
Well,
can
you
happen
never
at
know.
this stage. Yeah, I just feel like we're at the point where like pre-orders have to go live at some point, and if they did it on May 18, that's almost exactly 6 months before it's set to launch. So I think
Mhm.
one, it'll confirm it is coming out when it says it will. Tom will lose a bet on his predictions or something like that. And yeah, I also wonder if this means that it will come with a new trailer, because that's the other thing that people are really waiting for. Trailer 3 has been leaked and rumored. It's really gaining hype like it did kind of the last time, so it feels like it's kind of imminent. And if pre-orders would be the time to do it, of course, so people know what they're actually pre-ordering. But I'm wondering, like, for starters, that trailer, it keeps blowing my mind, came out in 2023.
The first one, yeah. And then the second trailer I just looked was just over a year ago, May 6th.
2025?
Yeah.
No, I think it's 2024, wasn't it?
No, last year we got one. And
Okay.
then before that, it was like the end of
Yeah.
2023 was when we got the first one that has, I think it has a 20, I don't know what the release date, but there was a release date on the end of that first trailer. And I'd love to go back
I'll
and check out what it was.
I'll look
Right.
right now. I'll check. Oh yeah,
Okay. Well,
2025. Yeah, that's what I had on that. Which is
missed
crazy.
that by quite a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, what do you guys want to see if there is a third trailer? I think it's got to be gameplay at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one of the biggest things that Rockstar does with all of its games is these like 10-minute long welcome to the world of GTA 6 sort of trailers, and that's kind of what I want next from this. Of course they could just do a gameplay trailer and it just got 3 minutes of some fun gameplay, some crazy stuff going on, some cool song soundtracking the whole thing. But it has been a long enough wait that I do really think that they need to do something big, and that welcome to the world of Grand Theft Auto 6 would be big enough for me, I think. And if you're gonna do it, doing it on the day that pre-orders go live, come on, that's how you get people. I mean, people are gonna buy this game no matter what, but
Yeah.
that's how you win people over. Especially if it's $100. If it's $100, then you need the welcome to the world of GTA 6. You need to prove to these gamers this is why you're gonna go and spend $100 on this thing.
Well, that's the thing. I think, like, the trailers so far, they look good, but it does kind of seem like it's like this is more GTA. This is like more like kind of what you kind of expect from like a GTA game. I think this next trailer needs to show gameplay, and it needs to show why, like, how sizable of a jump this is compared to GTA 5. Like, how immersive is this world that they're going to be throwing you into? What are the sort of things you're going to be doing that, yeah, like sets it apart from any other experience they've gone? Because, like, if you can, I think the big comparison point is obviously to GTA 5, but also Red Dead 2, and like how immersive that open world is and how expansive it is. So I think a lot of people, like you say, Klein, are already on board. But I think, like, someone like me who will probably play this game, I'm still like waiting to see that like huge like thing, like the unique selling point from the game like this. That's like, okay, I gotta get this game like day one. That's why I need to spend 100, maybe $200. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. On this game because I think it does need that at this point. Because we are so close to the game.
What is that for you, Tom?
I don't know. I think like I want like for me personally, I would like more kind of life sim elements to the game.
Mm.
Like I want to live in like GTA 6. I want to. It's fine to like drive around and like do crimes, I guess, in GTA 6. But I wanted, like, I don't know, I want to own a house,
Yeah,
or
like
I know
customize
you
your
can
house.
do that. Yeah, and things like that. I know you can do similar things like that in GTA 5 and GTA Online. But I don't know, go to the store, do some shopping, go to play a game in a game. I don't know, like I think little details like that will really add to the experience and make it feel like worthwhile, why it's worth paying such a high price tag, because there is so much you can do in a game like this. Maybe it's just because like I've been playing Tomodachi Life, and it's just I like those life sim elements, and I want to see that in other games. But I don't know. I think I just want to see how immersive they can make this game be outside of the like standard stuff like the combat and the driving and things like that.
I think for me, the biggest thing would be bringing over some of the stuff that the Red Dead team did in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like that game did such a great job of really truly making that world feel like it was unfolding in front of you as a player. Whether you were doing a story mission or just wandering the open world, you could come across things that truly felt emergent and felt like you were the only one to ever see that. And in GTA 5, there was elements of that, but everything previous to Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of was locked behind whether you were in a mission or not. If you're in the open world, stuff was just going to happen. You could get into mischief, but you weren't going to like find someone who's going to tell you this story and go on to this thing. I want to see some of that. I want to see these truly emergent. I want these characters that you meet, these NPCs walking around the world, to have lives themselves, and then for you to be able to get intertwined in those outside of just like these mainline missions, scripted missions that they have built into the story.
Yeah, I think on my part, it's kind of two things. For one, I really want to know how it actually looks in gameplay. Obviously, the trailers are stunning and they say a lot of it's going to be very similar. I want to see if that's true. Like, is this actually like a huge graphical upgrade? Like, it's going to kind of set the bar high above any game that we've really seen up until this point on this generation. And then the other thing is I'm really intrigued by the map. I want to see a little bit more from like, what are these nooks and crannies that we're going to explore? Is there some really cool, unique places we can go? Can I go gator wrestling? All this
100% you
kind of
can.
stuff.
I can
Hell yeah.
guarantee you right now, the Gator wrestling count will be high.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of questions for me in that area. Like, I don't know about you, Tom. You sounded like you might not, you're on the fence. I feel like I'm just going to play it for the plot, even if it's not really what I would normally play. Cause I'm like, I want to see, I want to be a part of the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think I say I'm on the fence. I probably will inevitably get it, but it's just not the game like I typically like. Like, I didn't play. I've played GTA 5 around like people's houses, but I've never like played it myself. Like, so it's not the kind of game that I'm like that normally I would choose necessarily. I feel like I'd more like gravitate to like a Red Dead or something like that. That's more kind of like, I don't know, like old timey, I guess. But I don't know. I think
It's like a
the
different
once
world.
I see this trailer, it'll probably win me over and like be like, oh, remind me like, okay, I do actually want to play this game eventually. It's just like, if it is $100, which is it's gonna be, that is still kind of like, it's still a lot of money, like for one game. I know it's probably gonna be worth it, but it's still like a big kind of thing to overcome, and it does make me scared for other games after that. So we'll see.
Lauren, you made it
Yeah.
sound like you're sold already. Like, this is something you're going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
partake in? Okay, well that surprises me because GTA isn't something that you have
GTA
touched
isn't
in the
something that I
past.
haven't done because I don't want to. It's because I'm like, I do not have time for it. So
Sure.
I'm already like carving out November onwards, obviously, for this. And I think I would love to play GTA 5 before then. It's just a matter of time, which we're about to talk about all the things that are coming out. So um, I think that's really been my main like reason that I haven't done it before this. But yeah, in terms of this story, it is really starting to feel like things are coming together. It's actually starting to feel real. I don't want to like jump the gun too much in case this all turns out to be like fake, but multiple people getting these emails from Best Buy, unless it's
Mhm.
some like elaborate hoax, like it seems pretty legit. And once pre-orders go up, then it's like we're locked in. Like this is really happening. So it's exciting.
It's very exciting. Speaking of exciting, let's hop over to my story. The Legend of Zelda movie has a bit of a release update. This is from Tom Phillips at IGN. Nintendo has announced a change to the release date of its live action Legend of Zelda movie, which will launch earlier than previously expected. The film is now set to arrive in theaters on April 30th, 2027, a week sooner than its previous May 7th, 2027 slot. No specific reason was given for the shift, though Nintendo talisman Shigeru Miyamoto has said that Nintendo is committed to completing the movie for fans as soon as possible. Quote, "This is Miyamoto," end quote, wrote Miyamoto via Nintendo's social media accounts. Quote, "We have decided to change the worldwide theatrical release date of the live-action Legend of Zelda film from May 7th, 2027 to April 30th, 2027. In order to deliver it to everyone even one day sooner, the team is united in advancing production. It's less than a year until release, but please wait just a little longer," end quote. Zelda's previous date had no specific competition, and certainly nothing like the Avengers Doomsday and Dune 3 clash that's coming this December. Still, it's a busy launch period with several other blockbusters all jostling for position. There's not really a lot of meat on the bone here. We still don't know a lot about this movie. Obviously, production is, I think, wrapped. Or getting very close to wrapped. There has been some details. I don't know if the two of you have seen a new leaked character coming from the Legend of Zelda movie set. Someone spotted a dog on set, and now everyone is like, oh, it has a dog in it. And the dog looks a lot like the dogs you meet around the horse barns in Breath of the Wild, which is interesting. Take that what you will. There are other dog based plots in Zelda games too. I know there's a lost dog plot in Ocarina of Time, so who knows where that could be coming from. I just want to know what you guys think. What do you think we hear about this movie next? Is it a trailer? They're moving up the date, obviously. It was originally March at one point and then got bumped to May and now is back in April. They're just tossing it around. Tom, what do you think?
Well, I want to say first of all, the article says that there was no previous like competition on around the date that it had on May 7th. I just want to point out that the Resurrection of the Christ Part 2 has something to say. It's coming out May 6th. 2027. So I think Nintendo's a bit scared, to be honest. Moving out of the way.
Why would you be?
Jesus?
Mel Gibson's magnum opus. I mean, like, come on. No, I think honestly, I think I'm not surprised by this move. To be honest, I think like a lot of people confused, but I think this just makes sense. Like, nothing else is on that April 30th date. I'm sorry, Resurrection of the Christ. I think you're. I mean, maybe you'll do amazing, but I think like the competition wise, like it doesn't really like.
Well, for starters, why isn't that coming out on Easter?
I mean, I don't know. Ask Mel Gibson. Yeah, that seems like a slam dunk. But I think Zelda moving up just means that they have a suspicion that they'll have more runway that way by like coming out earlier. They'll have more weeks to be able to make as much money as possible. I think like that period was already pretty primed as like a good time to release. Like that is the main kind of blockbuster kind of release date that they already had. So I think just like releasing a week earlier means a week's worth more of theatrical gross. I think that just makes a lot of sense. So in terms of trailer, like I hope we see something soon. I could honestly probably see like I'm trying to think when Galaxy was like kind of a slow rollout, right? Like they didn't release that full trailer until like a few months out before the movie came out, right?
It was the fall. It was late last year, I think.
Yeah. So I think like we might be waiting till maybe like September. Maybe there'll be like a teaser trailer and then like a full trailer like later on in October, November time. Which is like I want to see what this movie is going to be. Like I'm excited, but yeah, in terms of the release date, I think this just seems like they made a bunch of money with Mario. They see dollar signs. They're going to try and maximize the most amount of profit they can. So this just makes sense to me.
I'm just surprised we haven't heard any more about this film. Like, really, all we know is the two main actors. We've seen a leaked clapperboard, and that's kind of been it. There's been no villain announcements. There's been no real meaningful casting news since Princess Zelda and Link were cast last year. I think the biggest Zelda headline we've gotten as of late has been that Kylie Jenner apparently is a big fan of the Zelda game.
I saw that. So weird. Yeah, I do wonder if like maybe the next Nintendo Direct they'll tack on like at the end like here we have some like Zelda movie news and that's when they'll announce like Duchenne Lockman
or some random Wednesday Miyamoto's gonna post a tweet and say in 10 minutes from now we're gonna debut news. Tune in.
I don't really know what to make of. It's like 1 week in the scheme of things. It's really minimal. My thinking was like, this is coming out in IMAX. Are they trying to secure more IMAX screens? Because there is a big war for IMAX real estate at the moment. But the next thing really that's coming out after that is Star Wars Starfighter, and that's still a whole month away. So maybe they really want like a full month of IMAX. I'm not too sure. Yeah, as for when we'll hear more about it, it did, I think, just finish shooting. They confirmed that at CinemaCon in March. I don't want to say that we could see it as soon as San Diego Comic-Con. Maybe New York Comic-Con would be somewhere that they would go. But this is also Nintendo. There's not a huge amount of precedent for them to go to these big conventions or events and showcase anything. So I think it's probably more likely to be on a random Monday at 10 a.m. Hey, here's the trailer. Enjoy.
Specifically on the Nintendo Today app, and then everyone's going to have to try and figure out how to export that trailer out of the Nintendo Today app, and then everyone else will see it because Discussing Film will finally have figured it out and put it up on Twitter.
The other possibility is if that rumor about the Ocarina of Time remake bears fruit, potentially there could be some synergy there.
I think that's happening. I think Ocarina of Time might be before the end of the year, but I have a feeling if Ocarina of Time is this year, whenever they do a Ocarina of Time remake direct, because it would almost guarantee do a specific direct, we're gonna get Zelda movie news there. Like that to me feels perfect, feels just right in line.
Yeah, I think like the fact that it's Zelda's 40th anniversary, I think that makes sense to do like a Zelda 40th direct and then bundle all of that kind of news into one kind of thing. I think that I could see that happening for sure. Whether that's like around the same time as like the standard direct that they usually do, or if it's like a couple weeks later, or
Which
a
should
couple
be
months later.
soon. Like we're gonna probably have a
like
big
month out,
Nintendo
probably.
Direct in the next we're halfway through May, in the next 3 weeks, probably.
Yeah, we're coming up. So we'll probably know pretty soon if we're gonna get something. So pretty exciting times.
It's a very exciting time. I always love this time of the year because we're leading into that Summer Games Fest, rest in peace E3 season. And then after that, we spend the whole summer excited off those announcements. And then once we get like August, it's like August, September, October, November, December, game. And that's the end of the year. It's just the calendar rolls on. It's absolutely crazy. And we're going to talk about that calendar and some of those games we're very excited about after the news here. So Tom Drew, give us that outro.
It's the news we choose.
Yeah, and we thought we would sit down now that we are coming up on almost halfway through. We're almost 5 months of the way through 2026, not halfway through 2026. Sorry, I got a little eager there. I just saw the 6, with the June. But we have had some games come out. We've had some big titles, especially in the last couple of weeks. And so we thought it'd be a fun exercise to look at specifically the summer, because this is looking to be a pretty packed summer of gaming. Oftentimes back in the day, summers were empty. It was a good time to get into your backlog. I spent many summer vacations playing games that were not new releases. I was playing Uncharted 2 multiplayer, doing whatever. But that's not the case now. There's so much coming out. So we thought we'd break down some games that we are excited about. Each of us have brought a couple. We can talk them out, say what we're looking forward to with them. Maybe some of us are not as excited about some of them, but I think it'll be a fun exercise to maybe bring about some games that some people do not have on their radar that they should be thinking about. Before we get to that, though, as I mentioned, we are halfway through May. That's 4.5 months of video games. I want to ask the two of you, how have you found gaming in 2026? Tom.
Yeah, I think so far it's been pretty good. I've played a decent amount of new releases. I keep like a tally of like all the games that I've played like throughout the year, and I'd say like half of the games I've played are like new releases, which is kind of like abnormal for me. Typically, I try to wait like a little bit before like into the year before I like really dig into the stuff that's coming out this year because I have such a big backlog. But the stuff that I've played so far, I've been really enjoying. Obviously, we've had some games, come and go, like High Guard and that sort of thing.
That was this year?
That was this year, man. That was like 2 months ago. Yeah, poor High Guard. Rest in peace.
Whoa.
But no, like, there've been some real highlights. I think, like, even like Ghost Legends was a little bit of fun. Tomodachi Life, obviously, I mentioned. I think that's been great little game to dip my toes into every now and then, every day, just chipping away at the island. I think so far, like, my game of the year, and I'm wondering, like, if this will change. I think there's one game that could maybe top it. We'll see. Maybe there'll be a game that surprises me, but it's got to be Resident Evil Requiem. I keep returning to it and thinking about it. That game is just so killer. Every time I think about it, like how that game even came together, like in the way it did, like it's kind of crazy to me. Capcom has also been on such a run, like with that, and then Pragmata, and then we got Onimusha later in the year sometime. It's just staggering. So I wonder if that will change by the end of the year. I have a suspicion that it might not. That's my hot prediction for the rest of the year. Not to say that there's nothing that's like not to say that there won't be good games, but like I just think Requiem for me hit so hard, and I loved it so much So we'll see. But I think this is going to be a good rest of the year. Maybe one to remember. Like, there's some really exciting releases this year.
Yeah, I've seen some people starting to talk about could 2026 be the best year in gaming releases ever, just because we're already here and we've gotten so many good titles and we've got a lot coming up. And obviously, we have the titan that is GTA 6 looming on the horizon. So it, we could, I don't know, it could be a banner, at least in gaming releases year, because everything else outside of the stuff coming out just seems to be falling apart. Lauren, gaming in 2026 for you, do you have a game of the year candidate so far?
Yeah, I think similar to what Tom was saying, it feels like it's been a pretty busy year for gaming. Like I think there's I feel like it's just been very consistent. Like there's never I look at the calendar ahead and I feel like there's not that many gaps in between releases that I'm interested in. And up until this point, there feels like there's been something that I've always been playing. Like I'm playing something and then the next thing comes out and I just finish it in time to play that thing. And there's been plenty of things that I'm also missed and they're now in my backlog. So it has felt a little bit overwhelming. That was also what's added to that is that I bought a Switch 2. I now have a whole other platform to deal with. So I guess it's been a big year in gaming for me, regardless, having bought that. You guys saw all the games I bought in Japan. Like that has added to the pile. So yeah, I think in terms of releases, very consistent. Lots of really great stuff coming out. It does feel like it is kind of similar to, I'm not sure which year it was. It might have been 2023 was like the last really huge gaming year. Um, I feel like it was, but I can't remember exactly what came out that year to make it so. But it does feel like we're getting to a point where it's like, I simply like sacrifices must be made. I simply do not have time for all of this. The game that's sort of risen to the top for me, at least right now, and it probably will change, and I'm sure we'll do like a check in later in the year, is it's got to be Pokemon Pocopia. Like I bought the Switch 2 for this thing. It did not disappoint. I still play it almost daily. There is no end in sight for me in this game. I'm barely halfway through it at this point. It's a forever game, and it's filled the Animal Crossing void in my heart, and I just can see myself playing this happily and not getting bored for like definitely the whole year, maybe years to come. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see the two of you like plugging into all of the new releases and rolling along because I think really until this month there hasn't been anything for me that I've been really antsy to get my hands on when it comes to new 2026 releases. I've spent a lot of 2026 diving into my backlog. I mean, I spent the first 2 months of it just playing Hollow Knight Silksong, and that's the only thing I played for hours and hours on end, and loved every minute of it. But I did a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal that I was doing when we were on our Tokyo trip. I am almost done Resident Evil 4, so I'm covering that base. I haven't really touched a lot of new things. I didn't think I'd played a new 2026 game until you brought up Highguard, Tom, and I have played. I did play Highguard.
That's
Sadly,
your game of the
I
year, right?
it isn't because
Oh.
I don't know, I was feeling kind of in a new release funk as of late, and nothing was really speaking to me. I have been very interested in some of the games, but like Resident Evil 9, I wasn't really like I was more excited for the Resident Evil freaks to get into Resident Evil 9 before that came out. And then when it came out, I heard so many good things, and that's how I've now gone down this Resident Evil 4 path. I will play Resident Evil 9 before the end of the year, but that's not something I thought I was going to play heading into 2026. So the first like 2026 game that's really hit with me is Mixtape, and I think that it has. I mean, it's not Highguard, so it has to be my game of the year, and I think it's justified or justified. I think it's justifiably so. I sang its praises on last week's episode. I absolutely love Mixtape. I don't care what the internet says. I loved Mixtape, and Mixtape is a game of the year candidate. I hope it gets nominated at a place like the Game Awards. I think it might because it really is resonating with people. It is every day I hear from someone new that like, "Oh my god, I played this game and it's a 10 out of 10." So, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to the end of the year and Mixtape was my game of the year. I think it would be an odd pick for me game of the year wise just because like I liked Life is Strange, but it wasn't life changing. I'm not the walking simulator person, but it's just this one was as you put it last week, Lauren, like this one was so built for me in a lab that I really, really hit. But obviously, there's a lot of heavy hitters coming out. One of them comes out next week that I'm very, very much looking forward to. And then more and more and more. And I don't know. I wouldn't be like, I guess I'll ask the two of you this. Are there like what is one title, let's say, when you look out that you're kind of like, oh, I'm expecting it by the end of the year, that'll probably be my game of the year, unless it's the thing that you have there already.
I alluded to a game that I think can top my current game of the year. If it's not Resident Evil, it's probably gonna be Wolverine. I think that's the only thing that could potentially usurp it, just
You don't think
because
something like GTA 6 even has a chance for you?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I'm gonna like enjoy my time with it, but I just feel like on like a personal level, like Resident Evil, I think like I've had such a connection to that as of late. And that's why I resonate with it so much. And with Wolverine, it's like the X-Men. I love the X-Men so much, and like I think that's like no matter how good GTA 6 is, it's not got the X-Men in it. So I think that is gonna be I mean maybe they are in the game. We'll see. But yeah, I think Wolverine, just like Insomniac have been dying for another Insomniac game, and with the X-Men on top of that, I think it could be a slam dunk.
Lauren, do you think Wolverine is that game for you as well, or is there something else that came to mind?
Yeah, I think it is Wolverine, just given my history with Insomniac and how much I love those games. If they can nail it, there's still a lot of question marks about Wolverine. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it regardless, but if I enjoy it, whether I enjoy it to the standard that Spider-Man set remains to be seen. So that's sort of my biggest question going into that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think GTA 6 I'm not sure because it could be recency bias around the time. It comes out very late November. We might all be deep in playing it, and that could have skew our views on the games by that point. But to be honest, my last few games of the year have been things that were completely I wasn't expecting. So I very well could have something come out this year that I didn't see coming that becomes my game of the year, and I'm very open to that.
Yeah, there's plenty for me that I'm looking at that I'm like, is there a world? I mean, GTA 6 is up there. Like I'm such a GTA mark, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, things like Wolverine, Fable,
Mm,
that's another
yeah.
game that we've been very impressed by in the showings that we've seen of that. And then I'm open to surprises. Something small, like one of the games I have on my list for this summer that I'm really looking forward to, Mina the Hollower. That's something that I don't know. Would I at the beginning of the year told you Mina the Hollow was going to be my game of the year over something like GTA 6? Probably wouldn't, but that looks like a lot of fun. Little top-down 2D Souls-like adventure game from the Shovel Knight team. It looks good. It sounds good. All the previews are glowing. It's going to be like $20. I'm not going to say price plays into my game of the year factor, but it definitely can paint your view on a game a little bit. So that's something for me, but I don't know. Let's get into the games that we are most excited about for summer 2026 because it is a packed year. We each kind of have a list of games. We can just go around talking about them. I'm sure we have some repeats. Uh, I kind of mentioned one, Me to the Hollow, where I'll just talk about it really quickly. It comes out in just a couple of weeks. So $20, Switch to PC. I think it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation as well. I played the demo last fall when it was supposed to come out originally. It is this stunning top-down 2D Zelda-like with kind of Soulsborne elements baked into it, but lots of accessibility features as well, so you can make it a little bit easier if you're not looking for that super hardcore Soulsy experience. Last year around this time, I played a game on my Switch 2 called Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. It turned out to be one of my favorite games of the year, and I'm hoping that this game can fall nicely into that void. Like it's around exactly the same time. It's a very similar game. It's from the Shovel Knight team, which it's like their first. I guess you can consider some of the Shovel Knight. I don't know. I don't really know how to group them. Like, are they new games? All the sequel DLC stuff that they've done. This is the first new IP from them since Shovel Knight came out, and it was delayed a long time. There's been lots of stuff written about the strife going on at the studio and how they've kind of stretched themselves very thin financially, trying to make this game as amazing as it's looking like it's going to be. So I hope people can get out and support it. But that for me is definitely one that I am have high, very very high on my list.
Yeah, that was one that I was going to mention, so I'm glad you mentioned it. And yeah, like I love Shovel Knight. I've been a big fan of Yacht Club games ever since that first Shovel Knight game. So it is kind of like refreshing because it's been more than a decade since they've made a non-Shovel Knight thing. So it's going to be really exciting to see them do something that's, well, first of all, not Shovel Knight, and the two, like, it's not like a platformer like Shovel Knight is. It's more of like an action game. So I'm interested to see like how they kind of tackle a new sort of genre. And yeah, like it has all the hallmarks of like a Yacht Club games game. It's got like a beautiful art style, beautiful music. It seems like. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited for this. I really hope it's good. I'm sure it will be. Yacht Club, um, like has a really like good attention to detail and a really unique charm that they infuse with their Shovel Knight games. So yeah, I'm excited to see that with Me the Hollower.
May 29th. So not very far away at
So
all. They just
soon.
announced that release date, which is very
Damn.
exciting.
Yeah.
Lauren, what's
May
a
is
game on
like
your
possibly the craziest month in gaming this year.
Yeah,
It's
it's
insane.
looking packed. And it's very backpacked. Like we had mixtape at this past week, and then the ball just started rolling.
Hmm. Yeah,
Speaking
well,
of
I'll
May,
talk about
Lauren,
a game that's coming out in May, because I have two that I'm excited for in May, and one of them is, of course, Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. Played this last year at New York Comic Con, thought it was awesome, was begging for them to let me to play a little bit more. We've now seen significant chunks of the game in previews and trailers and things. At this point, I'm like, just release the thing because I don't need to be sold on it anymore. But it is it's from TT Games, who are traditionally the makers of Lego games, but this time around they are doing something slightly different where they're, instead of just doing like one adaptation of a Batman story, they're just trying to cover like kind of all of Batman as a character, which is very ambitious, but I actually think they're going to nail it, based on what we're seeing. Like the fact that you can switch to whatever bat suit that you want or any whatever Batmobile, and that you can explore this Gotham, because Gotham is pretty stable in between adaptations. So their version of it is going to feel kind of definitive no matter what. And all the way they're interweaving the different characters and stories from all these different Batman tales, and even the way that they're implementing gameplay in this game, which is very different to previous Lego games. They are going very hard on, I think, the Arkham style with the free flow combat and the gadgets and the stealth. So there's a lot to look forward to here. And yeah, I just want it at this point.
a tale of Batman from beginning to end, right? Like it is telling the story of Batman with all the major beats from his early years as Batman all the way through to whatever an end looks like. I don't know. I don't know how depressing we want to get on a Lego game, but who knows? We could see some pretty, I don't know, Batman's got some fun stuff going on, but it's just a typical Lego tone playing around with. There's movie stuff happening in here, comic stuff happening in here. It looks like a big level up for them, which is awesome, and I hope it hits.
Yeah, because I think for someone like me, like I enjoy a Lego game, but I've always like in my mind they've always been like something I play at a friend's house, and you can do co-op with this one as well. But this one, I'm like, I think there is something there for me as a solo participant, like the fact that you have to do a little bit more analysis and critical thinking with your combat and your approach to things, and some of the jokes, the fact that they're putting in the Michael Caine Twitter Batman Begin joke, I'm like, that's game of the year right there.
Wait, what? I didn't
Yeah,
know
you didn't see
that.
that? Yeah.
I didn't see that. Okay, I can't wait to see that in the game. That's crazy. Wow, what a deep cut. Wow. Yeah, TC Games is like, yeah, their attention to detail is clearly top notch. I think it is like similar to you, Lauren, like that Arkham influence really puts this over the edge for me. Like I enjoyed the Skywalker saga that they did. But I felt like I got a little bit burnt out just because I thought the gameplay was like a bit repetitive. I've actually thought about going back to the game recently, but I think with this it feels like because because the Arkham style is so it's such a slam dunk, it makes sense to apply it to this game. And yeah, I don't know if you saw, like, I think the deluxe edition comes with like Arkham themed skins for some of the characters. Like Batman has his like Arkham Knight skin, or like Robin has his Arkham City skin. And like you can get the Batman Arkham Knight Batmobile in the game. So they're really like leaning into those influences, which I think is like you should. Like the Batman is such a canvas. Like why not? So yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I've already got it pre-ordered. I'm ready to go.
You have it pre-ordered May 22nd. That's this like
Very
just
soon.
yeah, very soon.
Same day
It's
as
crazy.
Mandalorian and Grogu. What a day.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
what a day. There we go. What can we do that's like a Barbenheimer with the it's like Lego Bandalorian and Grogu Legacy of the I don't know. I'm trying.
Okay, you tried.
I'm trying.
That's
I'm
fine.
trying.
That's something.
That's, you know,
That's something.
you can't better to try and fail than not try at all. Tom, what's a game you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the stuff we talked about, I'm looking forward to. I think I'll go with a Switch 2 game that I'm looking forward to. One that I wasn't didn't really have my on my radar, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like excited. And that's Splatoon Raiders. I'm like a really big Splatoon fan, but I
Oh,
just don't really have the bandwidth to play the multiplayer games anymore. Like I skipped down 3 because like I love the idea of Splatoon. I love the vibe. I think it's such a cool art style. The gameplay is also really fun. I think it's like such a fun take on a shooter. But like there's just so much there's only so much I can do with multiplayer. Like I already talked about it in a couple months because I just haven't been playing it. But like Marvel Rivals, I've completely like dropped off of that in the past couple of months. And I like,
but Tom, your
I
boy, he's
well,
there.
well, once Cyclops comes back in the game, that's when I that's when I become a degenerate again and play Marvel Rivals. But I can only really take one at a time, if that. So the fact that Splatoon Raiders is coming along and it's like a single player adventure, which is like great because the single player content that they do for Splatoon is already amazing. So a full game on that where they can really invest in it without having to worry about any of the multiplayer stuff. That sounds like a match made in heaven for me. So I can't wait to see like how expansive that is and like how they kind of change up the formula when they can dedicate like all their resources into one thing, like how you upgrade your character and the weapons you get and all that sort of stuff. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think this is also pretty soon. From memory, I think it's like I
July,
don't know
July
July.
23rd.
So yeah, the month after Star Fox, which is kind of insane. But yeah, I think I probably will check this out because I'm kind of itching to get back into the world of Splatoon, and this might be the way I do it.
I've never been a Splatoon guy, but seeing that this is like a single player solo campaign kind of Splatoon experience does interest me because Nintendo is so good at making these creative solo single player experiences.
Mhm.
And I've heard glowing things about the Splatoon 1, 2, and there's Splatoon 3, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Splatoon
that's
1,
another
2,
one.
and 3 campaigns. And so the fact that they're just putting their resources into that, making it its own little thing. I think that this could be a hidden gem of 2026 for sure, where the people that play it are like, no, this is one of the best games on the Switch too. You need to check this out. While everyone else is going, yeah, but it's more Splatoon.
Yeah. But okay, yeah, maybe it'll win best family game at the Game
Oh well,
Awards,
it's a
which I think
Nintendo game, so it'll be
Nintendo.
nominated.
Yeah, it's the Nintendo award.
Another game that I am looking forward to is we're just gonna talk about some May games, I think, for a little bit here, because Lauren, you had Lego Batman. May 19th, it's our birthday game, Lauren. Forza Horizon 6. Reviews dropped today. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. So many places giving it a 10 out of 10. We're taking the Forza Horizon Festival to Japan. This franchise is just I like a good racing game. I play Gran Turismo. I will play around with just about anything I can get my hands on. But this is the one where I'm like, it doesn't matter what kind of gamer you are, whether you like racing, whether you don't like racing, there is fun to be had in the Forza Horizon games. And I can't wait for this franchise to finally get to Japan because it's been a long time coming. We were just there. It's coming at a perfect time. It's coming on our birthday. It's preloaded on the PC we're recording this podcast on right now. I am ready for launch day. I am so excited. This to me, outside of GTA 6, this is my most anticipated game of 2026 and was at the beginning of the year. Like, I am pumped. If they announce a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, we can, like in the next 5 minutes, we will reevaluate. However, at this moment, Forza Horizon 6 is number one on the list.
Okay, so you say that this has something for everyone, even if you're not a racing game fan. I have no interest in this apart from the fact that it's in Japan, which is slightly intriguing to me because I kind of just want to go back there. So sell me on it. What has it got?
The thing that this franchise does really well is ultimately like ripping around in a car in a like wherever in a big open world environment is fun. It just is inherently fun. this game really leans into that. So sure, there is races and you're doing the races, and there's lots of them, but just like the open world, every little thing that you're doing is feeding that part of your brain, those endorphins, where every fence you crash into, there's lights up on the screen and is giving you points, and you're getting XP, and then you're seeing a little thing on the side that says, "Oh, Tom crashed into 36 fences," and "Oh, now I need to go and get those 36 fences." And it's just everything you do in this game feels like you're accomplishing something, no matter how small it is. Whereas I think a lot of people struggle with racing games because it's like, okay, if I'm not fast enough, if I don't know how to handle the track in the most perfect optimal way, I'm going to lose. Whereas in this, it's there's so much more to do other than just that. And even in the races, they give you opportunity to, like, there's a rewind feature where you can just like, hey, I messed up. I'm just gonna hit rewind and change it, because it's more about you having fun than you making a perfect lap time. They've got lots of different unique creative missions outside of the races themselves. Doing, like, in the last one, there was like this whole thing where you're doing like different movie stunts with each mission and trying to accomplish that. They have these kind of big set piece missions that almost turn into like an Uncharted level, where you are racing a giant, one of them was like a giant cargo plane in the sky, and you're trying to race it, or racing a train. And it's really colorful, bombastic fun that they don't take too seriously.
Okay, I'm marginally more interested. I still feel like I'll probably like come over to your house and play it on your console and be like, okay, do I like this? I still have to test the waters.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of interested in this, and I think it's coming to PS5 like later in the year, right? So
Yep, it
yeah, so I
is.
think once it comes to PS5, I think I probably will give the shot. I think the fact that it is set in Japan is definitely doing a lot of
Yeah.
favors
Mhm.
for it, but I am kind of craving this like racing sim kind of experience. Like your Mario Kart World had their like open world kind of like area, and that was like fun enough to mess around in. But I think I want something a bit more substantial where like they've like they really focus
Mhm.
on it, and something across in this Japanese backdrop, I think seems like it'll be really cool. So yeah, I definitely got my eye on this for sure.
Yeah, the reviews, I was worried because it's the sixth one. Like, how
Yeah,
long can they keep this up? And the last time it was all 10 out of 10s. This time it's all 10 out of 10s. The time before that was probably 10 out of 10s. Like, they've just continued to innovate and continue to keep that high level of fun. And that's like the big thing, is this game is just fun. It doesn't take anything too seriously. You're constantly feeling like you're being rewarded. It's just a good time. There's good music playing. I'm so excited. My computer's gonna sound like a jet engine when I play it, but that's fine. That's okay.
Did you say they have a PS5 release date or just later this year?
No, it's just later this year.
Okay,
Same day as GTA 6.
can you imagine? Oh,
probably.
God.
Lauren, what's another 2026 summer title that you're excited about? Are we staying in May? That's what I'll
We're
ask.
staying in May.
Let's go.
Jeez.
So many games in May. This
Oh.
is it was actually at one stage back to back with Lego Batman, but then it got moved, or one of them moved. I'm not sure who moved. But 007 First Light, this is the first kind of James Bond action adventure video game we've got specifically from IO Interactive. It's kind of been on the radar for years now. It's finally here. We've had a lot of weird trailers where they announce Lenny Kravitz is in the game and this and that. But I think I was always going to play it, but what really sold me on it recently is that it's had really glowing previews. Like, Game of the Year has been tossed around synonymously with 007 First Light, and that makes it super interesting to me. I think it's been a few years since we've had a Bond movie, so for a lot of people, this is like a way to experience that franchise again. I don't have any like huge connection to the Bond films. I think they're fun, but I don't think they're like in my top tier or anything. But what I'm kind of hoping and what I'm feeling we might get from this is a kind of another Uncharted, because I think also I'm playing Uncharted 4 like we all are, and I feel like this is going to fill a similar void with just the way things are shaping up, the way that they've got incredible like cast members, the way the story is playing out. I think it's going to fill a similar niche, and that makes me very excited for it. However, it will come second to Lego Batman. That one's coming first.
Really?
I'm playing that first. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I mean, you are Batman super fan, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Have
I think I'm
have to
this.
make sacrifices.
That's the thing, and I think I'm gonna make the sacrifice because I think, yeah, Lego Batman's probably gonna usurp Bond as well. I think I will get to this eventually. I think I'm gonna wait and see though. I think I want to see like when the full reviews come out, when everyone gets their hands on it. I'm also curious about the Switch 2 edition. I think
Uh,
that's been delayed,
yep.
but I want to see how this thing plays on Switch 2.
It's
The
playing
Um,
in
Switch
the
2
playground.
edition of everything is delayed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's playing with Borderlands 4 somewhere in Switch 2 land.
yeah, but if it does run well, like if they do manage to get it running well, because like we have got some
Mhm.
games managing to, specifically like a lot of Capcom games, man, seem to be able to crack the code of getting these things to run on the Switch too. I think it'd be kind of a cool experience because they're like, I don't know what the setup's going to be, but those Hitman games, they're very like you do it mission by mission, and you like they're kind of these bite-sized experiences. I think if 007's the same thing, I think the Switch 2 could be like a good form factor for that, but we'll see if that comes
I don't
out.
think it will be, Tom. All the previews
No.
have been throwing around it's way less Hitman and way more Uncharted with Hitman
Okay.
injected into that. Um, it's not action first like, or I guess I would say it's not guns a blazing like Uncharted is. Apparently, it is
Yeah.
much more. You are stealthy. You are being stealthy. You are having conversations. You are being Bond, and then when you need to open fire, you can. I am with you, Lauren. Having just gone through Uncharted 4, I'm itching. Like playing Uncharted 4 made me more excited for this game because I'm like, I forgot how much I love this kind of big action set piece, take me through a story, high production value games. And we don't get many of this specific kind of game. The high production value kind of game has kind of moved over to the like Soulsborne space almost. Like that's what we seem to be getting a lot more of. Whereas back when Uncharted came around, it was like, oh no, third person action like shooters, we're getting so many of them. And it's been a long time. I'm also in a very Bondy mood. We just watched the first Sean Connery Bond for the very first time here. And I'm like, I'm ready. I am excited. I want to be a secret agent. This is if we were doing a power ranking between Batman and this one, I'm excited for both, but I think that this will be the one that I try out first, especially because
Yep.
Forza Horizon is happening next week, and who knows where I'll be by the time Friday comes
We might
around.
get
I'll
to this
probably
in
still be in
September.
Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, Tom, you talked about Splatoon Raiders. What else are you looking forward to?
No, I've got a couple listed down here. I guess we'll talk about one of the Marvel games that is coming out this year.
Let's
Um,
do it.
and that's Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Oh, not Marvel
There's a
Fort
lot of
1943?
we'll get back to that.
You don't even have a
We'll
release date.
we'll circle back around to that one. There's a lot of like fighting games coming out this year. We just had Invincible Versus, and then there's that Avatar fighting game that's coming out like soon as well.
Did you play
So
Invincible versus Tom? I feel like
I
that would be
haven't.
right up your alley.
Yeah, I would like to try it. It's just like there's just so much to
Yeah.
play right now. Like you, I bought a lot in Japan, and I'm working through it. But I think I will eventually get back to Invincible Versus because like it does, people seem to like it. But I think I'm a bit more on board with Token. I think it's only because like, well, Klein and I played it last year, and it was like so much fun playing this game. Like the mechanics feel so solid. I love the switching. Doctor Doom, such a great move set. Like I feel like he's going to be my main in
Stupid
that game.
zoning laser wall. That's so dumb.
Such a silly guy. But the more characters they reveal, like Magic from the X-Men, and even like Penny Parker, who's got like this cool design for the game. I think it's going to be really fun, and it's like the art style is really cool. I can't wait to see what the DLC characters potentially are. Yeah, I feel like I've really liked my time with Street Fighter. Like I got it on Switch too, and like haven't had a ton of time to play around with it, but like enjoyed my time with it. But I think I'm itching for like a new fighting game. And I think Tokon's going to be the one. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
And from what I've heard, the last build that was passed around to influencers, I think it was on display at Evo Japan, which just happened like a week after we were there.
Mm-hmm.
It's come a long way too. There was a lot of complaints from like the fighting game community when that first demo came out that it didn't feel fast enough. And apparently that has completely changed, and there's been a bit of a change of tune from an FGC side of things, which is very exciting because ultimately like us being Marvel fans and fighting game fans, we're gonna buy it, we're gonna get into it. But whether we stick around, like, won't we'll play this game probably and then dip in and out. But it's that fighting game community that's going to keep this game alive, that will allow the team to keep putting out DLC, keep supporting it, keep adding different things. Because ultimately, that's the thing I love most with these sort of things is every time we get a here's the latest fighter coming to Marvel Tokon Fighting
Yeah.
Souls, and they unveil, oh my gosh, it's the thing or something like that. Like they just unveiled a bunch a couple of weeks ago, and it was awesome. So I can't wait for this game. It looks so cool. Arc System Works making a Marvel game, man, who could have imagined? But here we are, and it's August. Like it is very soon,
Yeah.
or very soon in the relative scheme of things.
I'm not sure about this. We didn't actually get a chance to talk about this because I think the news was kind of coming out while we were in Japan. But Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. They are
Yeah.
remaking Black Flag, and I famously started this game and never finished it.
Mm.
And also, Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't really hit with me in the way I wanted it to, but pirate game, I think I could be down for. The one thing that's turned me off is that I forgot how much deep sea exploration there is in this movie, in this game. And there was a clip that I saw this morning where you are attacked by a shark, and I simply I can't do that as a gamer. I have thalassophobia in games, and I'm like, is there a version where I don't have to do that? So at that point, it's like I'll be inviting someone over to play me through that part.
Yeah, this was something I was very much looking forward to when they announced. It'd been rumored forever, and then finally they put the trailer out. And this is one of my favorite. If is this probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game, actually? Come to
I think
think
it
of
is
it,
for
like
most people.
I played a lot of this game. I famously had this and nothing else on my PS4 on the day that console released, and for months. I think it was until Christmas even. I didn't have anything else. I guess I had Resogun because that was a PS Plus game. So from I think it was like the first week in November, so 5 weeks, it was just me and the open seas collecting sea shanties, assassinating fools. For a long time wanted Ubisoft to just make a sequel to this game, to just make Black Flag 2 or make this their own franchise. When Skull and Bones was announced, that's what I thought what it was, but it ultimately wasn't. There's that game still happening, hey? They just announced like the latest season of content for Skull and Bones, which is wild.
God, really?
Really? Oh my
Yes.
god.
It feels
Wow,
like
I
a
remember playing
front.
that for half a second.
Yeah. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. Sign me up. It's the middle of the summer too. There's nothing really
Yeah,
in the
July
middle of
9.
the summer that I'm like itching for. Star Fox at the end of June isn't really doing it for me. Splatoon, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But I could go on an open sea adventure for sure.
Potentially. I like Lauren, I never finished Black Flag. Like I played a decent amount of it, but yeah, never got around to finishing it. I didn't even realize that there was like underwater stuff in that original game. So when I saw like the underwater stuff was in Resynced, I was like, oh, this is new, but I guess not. So but yeah,
Is
like,
it an
I
original game, Klein? Do you remember?
It's been so long. I have no
Okay.
idea. That was
looking it up,
13
I
years
think
ago.
looking it up, it seems like there is a mission where you go underwater, but I don't know if they've like
Okay.
expanded it potentially for Resynced. I don't know. I didn't play the
I
first game, so
definitely
Mm.
remember swimming. I can vividly see his like swimming
yeah,
animation. I just can't remember if you went under the water at all. But it
yeah,
Right.
must
Because that
have,
was
because there
definitely
was like
something they did in
treasures and
Odyssey.
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
I don't know,
it's something
but
that it's
yeah.
like. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I think now that this is coming out, maybe this is the time I finally go back to Black Flag and fully complete it and see why it's like the favorite of so many Assassin's Creed fans.
Yeah, me too. It's like I wasn't gonna. I own it, but I wasn't ever feeling the urge to go back and play it. But with a bit of a refinement, I'm interested in it. That said, it's
Mhm.
probably like I'm not sure it's gonna be like an immediate purchase and play. It might
Yeah,
be like something that I add to the backlog when I have time this year.
It sounds like a perfect Black Friday deal,
Mm.
like
yeah.
Christmas time game. Although GTA 6 will be there, you know,
Yeah,
it's
you gotta time your action adventure open world games.
for
Wait, this one
sure.
isn't
Sure.
open world, is it? Or is it?
It is.
It is,
It's
yeah.
very
It's
open
big.
world. You can
It's
it's
so
open
big.
seas.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember when they did that switch. I think it was after.
Yeah, it plays fairly,
Yeah.
it's like the biggest of those classic feeling ones. Like it plays a lot like Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. doesn't
Okay.
have like the combat, the like Souls inspired combat of something like Origins or Odyssey, but you do have access to like this massive open world with islands and islands and islands. Like it might be. I'd be interested to see how big that map is compared to the other games because from what I remember, it was huge. Like it was really, really big. Like even bigger than something like Origins.
Yeah, that's why like I don't think I ever finished it because it was just so big. Like
Yeah,
I was
not
like
as
I
big
felt
as
like I was
Odyssey though, because Odyssey's
yeah.
Mm,
huge.
so big.
Any honorable mentions?
I will throw out well, first of all, Rhythm Heaven Groove coming out on
Shout
Switch.
out Rhythm Heaven Groove. Yes.
I really want to play that game. I'm dying for a new rhythm game. And the fact that they're doing another Rhythm Heaven, that's awesome. So
Were you a
I'm very
Rhythm Heaven person on DS?
not
Oh
really.
man, I played
So
so
yeah.
much of that game. I was for some reason obsessed with like that game leading into release. Like I followed it on the in the Nintendo Powers and was watching every trailer on my Wii News channel and I was like this game's awesome. It's just so like silly. It's so
Yeah,
silly. And it features
it's goofy
Beyonce in
fun.
the commercials.
That's true. Yeah, shout out. She's the OG. Maybe they'll bring her back for the to promote the next
Her
one.
and North play or that's not no, that's Kanye's daughter. Wrong. Her
Yeah,
and Blue
wait, what?
Ivy.
Whoa.
Chill. Yeah. But so yeah, Rhythm Heaven I'm looking forward to. And then another game that is a lot smaller, I'll shout out Unrailed 2 Back on Track.
Oh.
Unrailed is a game that
Oh.
Lauren showed me when I visited her over in Sydney, and Unrailed is such a fun, goofy game. If you don't know, it's basically like you're trying to get this train from one station to another, but you have like a bunch of obstacles coming your way. So you have like zombies, and you also have to like mine through mountains and trees to kind of carve a path for this train. They're releasing a sequel very soon. I think the demo's out now. I think it's also May, potentially. So May's really packed. But yeah, like it looks like there's a bunch of new like upgrades you can do for your train and new maps, and you can also upgrade your character, which you couldn't do in the first one. So you can like give your character different like upgrades to like get resources more easily and things like that. So yeah, I think Unreal's a really cute, charming game. So the fact it's getting a sequel and then it looks a lot more zany and fun, I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I'll shout out Unreal too.
Yeah, that's one that I also discovered solely with you, Tom, and then it became it for a little while. It was on my regular play schedule, but I think it's definitely something that you just do as a party game with people. So when it comes out,
For
we
sure.
should definitely play it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you have time, it's coming out
Yeah,
in May. We are
We'll
in
make
May right
time.
now. We will make time. Lego Batman is a week away, Lauren, okay? James Bond is a week after that.
It's Unrailed too.
Okay,
we'll
you're
see.
right.
We'll see.
Move over GTA 6. I think that's enough about what we're excited to play. I think we can talk a little bit about what we have been playing. Tom, you have something very exciting written down here that I am just I can't wait to talk to you about this. What have you been playing over the last week, Tom?
Yeah, so when I caught word that you've been playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, I was like, why haven't I played this game yet? Like, why should Klein have all the fun? I should just play this game as well because I've had this game for like a while, at least a year, and I've just not played it. And I've been on a Resident Evil kick, and I want to play through maybe not all of the games, but I want to play like through a decent amount of them, especially in the lead up to the movie coming out later this year. And Resident Evil 4 is a big, not kind of inspiration of the story, but like just kind of the vibe. So yeah, finally played Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm about
Played. You're
half.
done.
No, I'm not done.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like
okay.
halfway through. I think I just beat chapter 8-ish. So yeah, that's been an interesting thing. I think this game is really good. Like it's comparing it to like something like Resident Evil 2, which is a lot more like puzzle focused and like a lot more kind of it traps you in that police station and a lot of other locations. This feels like it feels like a lot more like Resident Evil Village, like in that you are in a village and you're going around and exploring this place. It's a lot more action focused, so you get access to a lot more guns. He's doing flips, he's doing big kicks, he's
The
blocking
big kicks
people
are
with
the
his knife.
best.
It's so good. The amount of times I've like, laughed out loud just because of how goofy Leon is, and like some of his one-liners. I think it's just these games are so charming. Like, there have definitely been moments where like they get a bit freaky, but they are just so funny. Like they're some of the funniest games I've ever played, I think. Um, and yeah, like I think this game does a really good job of like having like making, even though there's not as many puzzles, there are some puzzles in the game. It gives you a lot to like have to kind of micromanage because you're managing your resources, you're managing like the enemies around you, but you also have Ashley as a companion, and like the zombies can steal her away or they can like injure her. So you're constantly having to like tell her, like give her commands and like tell her, okay, stay back, or like come closer, we'll run through, and that's like a whole other kind of thing, like a new dimension to the game that I think is really cool. So yeah, really enjoying my time with it. The story is it's nuts. It's completely. I mean, as all Resident Evil games are, you're not really there for the story. It's kind of the ride that it takes you on. But yeah, loving the game so far. Can't wait to see it through.
I think that's the biggest surprise to me was I knew that there was like silly lines of dialogue and stuff, but I think the reason that I am loving my Resident Evil experience so far as much as I am is because it it is so goofy. Like, yes,
Yeah,
it's terrifying, but it takes itself so seriously, but then Leon does, like, the stupidest backflip roundhouse kick on some weird, disgusting, creepy frog monster, and it's like, this is hilarious. Whereas, like, something like Silent Hill, I always compared Silent Hill and Resident Evil because they were the 2
yeah,
Japanese horror games, and Silent Hill to me was always like, "This is genuinely terrifying. We're here to scare
yeah,
you." Resident Evil's like, yeah, it's creepy and it is scary at moments, but it is so funny. Like it is just so it's like a heightened action movie. And I totally now see how we get to a point where like we get the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies because like
yeah,
that's what those movies are. Like they are
yeah,
actually and not faithful adaptations of the lore by any means, but like tonally they're a lot closer than a lot of fans would care to admit. So it is like quite funny seeing that, and I think Leon has to do a lot with it because some of the characters are like less goofy. He's just such a dumb hunk with nice hair who does cool backflips.
yeah. And he says like his one line is so funny. Like the one that really got me is like just before the title card. It's like a moment where all the villagers like get called off or something. Like they're attacking you, and then they like go off and do whatever thing. And Leon just says, "What is everyone going to bingo?" It's just like
Yeah,
such an
he's
out
got
of
some
pocket
great line. There's one
line.
there's a boss that you or a character mini boss maybe at one point where I think you leave them like hanging somehow, and he goes something
Yeah,
like, "Thanks for hanging around," and then just like walks off. It's just
it's so
it's great
dumb.
stuff.
Yeah, I've been thinking about like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you agree, Klein, but if Lauren ever wanted to try a Resident Evil game, I think this could be the one. Like, because it is, there are some scary moments, but I don't think it's like any scarier than like The Last of Us, for example. Like,
I think
what
The
do you think?
Last of Us is scarier for sure. Because this
Yeah,
in The Last of Us, you are like this you are fighting for resources, but, like, ultimately, the solution to everything in this game is shooting something. So you always have enough ammunition to shoot things in the head, whereas The Last of Us, part of the tension is that I don't have enough to make it through this encounter. I need to
yeah,
go through all of these drawers and, sneak around these guys and maybe not engage, whereas this, like, there's scary zombies clamoring towards you, but you just shoot them in the head. And then sometimes the
yeah,
head comes off and these weird fungus things shoot out.
yeah. It's horrible, but it's a bit fun. I don't know, Lauren. What do you think?
Still not going to happen. I'll watch the movie.
Okay,
That's all you'll get from me.
I'm
sure.
excited for the movie.
Yeah,
Something that I've been playing over the last little while is a game you can get your hands on right now. Hellforged, the team behind this game, was nice enough to send us a code. This is a new loot-driven extraction bullet heaven game. I'm gonna call it a extraction looter as opposed to an extraction shooter. It's kind of a mix of Diablo and Vampire Survivors and something like Marathon, except it isn't multiplayer, it is a single player thing. So you go into these Diablo like dungeons, you accumulate, it's roguelike in this sense. So you accumulate skills as you're going through, you're taking on all these enemies. These enemies drop loot. And then the goal is for you to get enough loot and go, you know what? I'm probably going to die if I go any further. I should get out. And now, when I get out with the loot I've accumulated, I now get to keep that loot. And it is a perfect loop that I have never thought would work, of this kind of roguelike Diablo extraction thing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's in public playtest right now on Steam, so you can give it a try. It's out there. I really, really liked it. It's by this small independent developer named Moonpire, and it's just, as somebody like me who loves that Diablo grind, this is just an endless version of that that will constantly change forever. And I'm getting stronger and stronger because I'm taking loot out with me. They do a smart thing of, there's 5 item slots, I think, each run, that are 100% guaranteed to come with you. So if you die, you get to keep that loot. So you're not coming out empty handed every time. But if you can get back to the exit portal with a bag full of stuff, you get to keep all of that. And all of that is then, you can take it, you can upgrade it, you can look at, hey, this is going to give me better fireballs, this is going to do that. And as you go throughout each run, you are making a build in that run of powers. So it's like, hey, I want to get a fireball or an ice wall or something like, or a spell that makes the corpses explode, things like that. And you're upgrading that. And so you can go in with a specific build in mind and say, oh, I'm going to load up on, let's say, fire damage equipment that I've earned, and go into this run and get even better fire damage and lean into the fire attacks. It's a really good, fun time that I have been spending a good few nights just wasting, or not wasting hours, but spending a ton of time playing it, because it just is like that. It's that one more run mentality of, you finish a run, like, well, I could, what's one more run, I'll go do that. And it is really, really good. I'm excited to see what it looks like as it progresses, because right now it is early, like early playtest is the wording they keep using. Yeah, it's called Hellforged. it's it's a good time. It would be fantastic on Switch.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening at Moonpire, it would be fantastic on Switch.
Yeah, just like looking at this footage, and like it does seem like that kind of loop makes perfect sense for a game like this. So you mentioned Vampire Survivors, and my ears like poked up. I'm like, ooh. So is it kind of like an auto like thing where you
there
go...
is an automatic, so you can press Q on the keyboard and auto attack. So
Oh,
you
okay,
just
cool.
move. And so that is why, like, it could be a
Alright.
perfect one-handed game on Switch. I know a lot of people really
Yeah.
like one-handed games because you can run on a treadmill or like use a stationary bike or do other things.
Mm.
I've been doing almost all auto attack when I've been playing, and I just move around and collect these XP orbs and then decide what power I want when the XP levels me up. And it is just right up my alley. Like, the endorphin centers in my brain are like, yes, more, more. And I've been like craving more of that Diablo loop for a while. And this is kind of filling that.
Yeah, I think like I want another Vampire Survivors-esque experience, so hopefully it does come to Switch, because I'd like to try this out.
This is a really good mix. When I saw the kind of blurb, the like press blurb that they sent with the code, and then they said it's this loot driven extraction bullet heaven, I was kind of like, what does that even look like? But it's way more like Diablo meets Vampire Survivors with a little bit of like extraction shooter DNA in it. Like, to me, it is much more this garlic, like, I'll call it, is what people call the Vampire Survivor kind of games.
Yeah.
And mixed with that Diablo kind of getting loot grind set, and just going in and out and getting better. And every run goes a little bit longer, because last time I got a helmet that's 5 damage, like defense points better than the last one. And then, I got a weapon that time that's going to be even better. It's a fun, just a good time. No frills, no, like, I don't know, no buttered popcorn. It is just a lot of fun. Okay, that is what we've been playing, and that is basically going to do it for this episode on Controller Club. Before we get out of here, comment corner question of the week. Leave a comment on the YouTube video as well as our Spotify comments. You can answer, what 2026 video game are you still looking forward to? You can also chime in on social media. Our Instagram tag is, or Instagram username is, at Controller Club Pod. That's Instagram and Blue Sky, at Controller Club _club on Twitter, and at controller.club on TikTok. You can also let us know what you think of our New Game Plus Video Game Book Club game of the month. We are playing Uncharted 4 for the month of May. We just passed the 10th anniversary of that game this past week, which is absolutely crazy. I remember picking that game up in my college dorm and playing into the wee hours of the night when I should have been studying for finals. But I finished college. It was okay. We did it. I'm here. But yes, we're playing Uncharted 4. We'll do a deep dive podcast on that game in the next couple of weeks. You can watch the video version of the show as well if you're listening to us. We have a YouTube channel. Please go subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. And yeah, that's all the housekeeping we have. Tom Drew, where can people keep up with you? What do you have happening? Take it away.
Yeah, you can find me at Tom Drew Art, Instagram, Blue Sky, Besley, everywhere on the internet. Yeah, not much to promote, just Control Club stuff. We've been posting a bunch of reels by the time you're hearing this. We've got some Teleguide stuff, we've got some mixtape stuff going up. Maybe some more combat stuff, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, just check all that stuff out, and yeah, thanks.
Lauren, what about you? Where can people keep up with you in all of your filmmaking endeavors?
You can follow me at lrouse19 on the socials. Probably won't be posting about that because the premiere won't happen for a while, but hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I'm back on the podcast next week.
Or you will have been eaten alive by the beast that is Run and Gun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You can keep up with me everywhere. I'm at the Kleinfelt, TheKleinFelt, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. Before we go, I do want to say, remember to wish Lauren Rouse a very happy birthday on May 19th, Tuesday, May 19th. It's also my birthday, but more importantly, it's Lauren Rouse's birthday. She had it first.
So you're leaving out half of the equation.
No. It is
you can wish me happy birthday.
You can also wish Tom a happy birthday, even though it's definitely
not
his birthday. That's going to wrap up this episode of Controller Club. As always, thank you so much for listening and watching. Now, let's get gaming.